Hi, this is Brenda Lilly from the Educational Technology Department. I'm going to be showing you today a favorite tool of mine. It's the Explore tool in Google Slides. You can find the Explore tool in Google Docs and Google Sheets as well, but we're going to focus today on Google Slides. The button looks like this. And if we go to a presentation, so I've created this presentation just to show you some of the cool features of the Explore tool. I'm just going to start off with our first slide, title page. You notice that there's no theme, no colors. I'm going to click on the Explore button down here in the corner and just choose a slide that looks nice. I can come back and choose a different slide if I'd like. I choose a slide with an image. Explore works with most slides. It doesn't work with all slides, but it works with most slides. I'll give you some suggestions here in a sec there from Google support itself. Here's some suggested slides. I'm going to choose this one because I like the box overlay look. So we're going to do inserting our own image here. We're going to search the web, not our own, but I'm just going to search for another slide to put in here because I like sticking with this slide theme. There's another one. And I'm going to take a look here because it's saying, see, this is saying there's no suggested slides. So I'm going to figure out why here in a sec. Not sure why it didn't like that. It didn't like that. So I'm going to take out some of our text. Maybe it's just having trouble seeing everything. There it is. Seeing everything on that page. All right. Here's one that I already chose a template for, or not a template, a layout for, but I just wanted to show you that even though you have a chosen layout, it still gives you suggested layouts. So I could choose a different one. So maybe I like this look. I like it at the top, or maybe I like to keep with that same theme and have that overlay going on top of it. So this one, I'm going to choose this layout because this is pretty important. So if you don't see suggestions like we did on the other slide, to help suggested, use default slides or themes. That's just what I have going on. Reduce the amount of text on your slides. That's what I did with the other one. I removed that amount of text. I could go back and put that text in after I've chosen the layout though, just so you know. Remove any shapes on your slides. Again, if it's not working, I can remove a shape on the slide. It'll give me some suggested layouts, and then I can go and put that object back in. And make sure that all images are at least 100 by 100 pixels in size. So the Explore tool is not just about layouts, though, and I want to show you what the other things that we can do with it are. So other possibilities are web searches, images, and Google Drive. So let's take a look at that web search. So if I'm here in web searches and I want to show you this other cool tool from somebody else and put it in my presentation so that people watching this can get this information, I'm going to type it in over here. And right at the top here, because I've searched it before, obviously, are my web results, but it brought up some other web results and I can go and take a look at those. And then when I want to come over here and put that as a link, watch what happens when I click on link. It already knows that I'm looking at these links, and here's my link right here. So I can just apply that link right in there. That's pretty slick, I think. And then while I'm here, I'm going to change my layout. And my next slide is images. I wanted to show you what images looks like in the Explore tool because it's a little bit different. So click on images. And if I go and I want to take a look at some of these in a bigger screen, now I've got a preview screen that previews the images that were brought up. And I think I will choose, this one looks good. Gonna insert that one, and I want a different one, but I'm just gonna, I've looked through here already. I think I've got some pretty good slides here. I'm gonna click the plus button because I just want to insert the image. I don't need to preview it this time. But again, look, I've got 2 pictures on my page. I'm gonna go back to my Explore layouts and choose a slide that represents those 2 images really well. There we go. Puts them in a nice format. The last part of Explore is exploring my drive. So if I know I have something in my drive and I need to get just a bit of information out of it, I'm going to type it in here, click on Drive, and then I can open up the document right from here. So it's just searching my drive. I can open it up right from here, go get the piece of information that I want to grab out of here, go back to my slides. Oops. And insert that. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to go back to Explore my layouts and see what layout they're giving me for this. Choose a different kind of thing here. That's an interesting one. I like this one a little bit better. All right. That's pretty much it, the Explorer tool. Thanks for watching this presentation on the Explorer, using the Explorer tool with slides. I hope you had an interesting time going through this and have fun creating your own slides that have a little bit more pizzazz.